Senior officials from the International Criminal Court on the visit to Uganda are pleased with the impact created by the funds extended to the victims of the Lord Resistance Army or LRA war in northern Uganda. The officials, led by the Executive Director of the ICC Trust Fund for Victims Pieter De Baan, have since 19th February conducted site visits in Lira and Gulu districts and also interacted with local leaders and LRA victims. De Baan noted that over 45,000 direct LRA victims and over 200,000 who were indirectly affected by the war have benefited from the funds.
The work of the Trust Fund is doing some very good work in northern Uganda through its implementing partners, many of them NGOs, and Peter can talk about those, but also through the partnership with local government. So it's having a major impact. It's doing very, very important work.
And it's that cooperation and that exchange of information and knowledge which is really making the Trust Funds programs implemented by our partners so impactful.
We've heard testimony from very, very many people who suffered deep trauma, stigmatization by their community, wounds, effect of wounds and effects of trauma that prevented them from building their own life back. And the Trust Fund helped them do so.
The ICC Trust Fund for Victims was launched in 2008, and since then 8.5 million euros, approximately 45 billion shillings, has been committed to war victims in 16 districts of northern Uganda. Another tranche of funds of 1 million euros, approximately 4.4 billion shillings, will be channeled through NGOs, which will offer medical services and psychological rehabilitation to war victims.
We are very aware that the money that we are given to us by our donors is very precious in terms of resources, but perhaps even more precious in terms of resources going to the victims, and they need to be ensured that each and every penny and each and every euro going to them is spent wisely and effectively.
The war between LRA rebels led by Joseph Kony and the National Army lasted for over 20 years. Hundreds of thousands of lives were lost, more maimed and millions displaced. Habad Ziwa, NTV.